you know, everybody that comes to Savannah, Eddie, they are familiar. They see Bird Cookie Company's products around in stores, and then they have a wonderful store on Waters Avenue here, and so they get people coming in there and shopping, and you just go in and you can sample all the cookies. Oh my gosh, you can be full when you leave there sampling, or at least I know I can. But one of the number one favorite cookies that they do is Benne wafers. And they really are so very good. So that's the recipe that I'm gonna share with y'all today. And we're gonna start by creaming 3 sticks of butter, 2 eggs, and 1 box of light brown sugar. And we're gonna cream that for about 5 minutes. And you know, I can't even see a Benne Seed that I don't think about my friend Nancy Mercer Gerard. She was my neighbor when I lived in Turner's Cove, and I just loved her to pieces. And she was the niece of Johnny Mercer, so she too was musically talented, as well as one of her sons. I know he was very talented as well. But in my Just Desserts book, she came down and got in the kitchen with me and showed me her Uncle Bubba's favorite candy, and it was Benne Seed candy, and it was in my Just Desserts cookbook. So she was always so much fun to be with, and I'm sad to say she's no longer with us, but she was a wonderful person. She just always had interesting stories to share with me, and we'd spend a lot of time just laughing and talking. All right, so I've got my 3 sticks of butter, my 1 box of light brown sugar, or if you have big, larger bags of brown sugar, it's like 2.5 cups of packed brown sugar. All right, so I'm gonna get that going. I think I'm gonna have to lock this because that butter is not real soft. So here we go. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. And like I said, we're gonna mix this for about 4 minutes. And while that's creaming up, I'm going to toast my Benne Seed. I'm gonna get that pan hot. And we want to, you want to be so very careful, y'all, not to burn these. And it will take no more than 2 minutes. So I'm gonna let my skillet get hot. Now I'm gonna add my eggs now that that's mixed up a little bit. It's going. You know, it's still kind of cold here in Savannah. And even putting the butter out on the counter, Teresa, when it's cold outside, it doesn't get real soft. All right, so let's come down here. Where did I put, it would be that cup of Benne Seeds right there. All right, so we're just gonna toast these. Like I said, y'all, you cannot be cautious enough when you're browning these to not burn them. So there we go, nice. And the smell is so good. It just smells so nutty and fragrant. I love it. All right, now I don't think we're gonna need the mixer from here on out because
I'll come get it for you.
Thank you, Teresa, because you just stir everything else in it now. I've got my flour, and I've got salt, and baking powder or soda, I can't remember, baking powder. And it said to sift those together. So I have found that a whisk works just as good as running them through a sifter. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so you can see our batter. It's real thick. It smells real good too. All right, let's see. We had our salt, we had our baking powder. We had 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and now I'm gonna put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So we're just gonna stir in our flour into our wet ingredients. Like I said, these are gonna be a stiff batter. And it doesn't take, I don't know if y'all are familiar with bird cookies, but all their cookies are about this big around, whether they're a savory cookie or a sweet cookie. You know, just a perfect mouthful. And it doesn't take but a dab of this dough but to spread out, make you a small bite-sized cookie. Okay, our Benne seeds have cooled enough that we can add them into our dough. And you can see, I hope you can see that these continued to brown after I took them off the stove. So, and I immediately transferred them to a cold sheet and got them out of the hot skillet because they will continue to cook on you. All right. Teresa had to come in and help me with stir the batter, y'all, because it's a very, very stiff batter. So, needless to say, this is going to make a lot of Benne seed cookies. Because we're just going to put a dab down. I'm trying to figure out my measuring tool. Because, you know, I just really do just want to dab. I don't like the curve on that one. It's been so long since I made these, y'all. I can't remember how small I did make them. Now these will come out. They will melt into a circle. Okay, y'all. I did them in about a half a teaspoon per cookie. And I'm going to put these in the oven, and let's see. We got, we're going to bake these at 300 degrees for about 14 to 15 minutes until they're nice and brown but not burnt. Now, these cookies are amazing. It's hard to drop down a very small amount of dough because the ones that we're used to seeing in town are about that big around.
Teeny.
They're teeny. And so some tips. If they run together, like some of mine did, you'll need to, when they come out of the oven, just cut them, before they get crisp, because this is a real crisp cookie. When Michael Groover comes in, Katie bar the door, because this is his favorite kind of cookie, extra crispy. Nancy, I'll think about you every time, sister, when I eat a sesame seed. Y'all must try this. It's out of this world, so buttery and crispy. So that's it for today. Love and best dishes, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.